How's everyone doing tonight? Let us know in the comments. But we're back EU4 Monday night at Monza. Dan
Certainly
by my
are.
side instead of Matty.
Yeah. We're good to
Matty's letting
go.
the team down this evening, but
No, he's
I'm
not.
sure he'll bounce
He's
back.
doing the equivalent of community service.
Yes, of course he is. In that,
Mm.
therefore I will let him off.
Because he's such a rebel.
Unpaid community service.
Yes, that's the one.
So expectations and what we are looking to see this evening.
On a personal note, I'm expecting a good showing from the Ferrari boys. But I would say you're going to have a straight up fight at the front between the two Red Bulls, Luke and possibly Time Splitter. If everything goes according to plan, Steve could be in there as well.
Well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna bring Shane into that. I mean, Shane, I think currently leads the way in the EU4. I think if he gets up top, and he can get away clear, I think he'll bridge a decent gap. He's got some pace. But Monza, it's a very difficult track. Very difficult track. I'm sure all of us have had an incident at Ascari, so we'll have to just see how it all pans out.
We
I'm just
certainly
gonna
will.
currently drive on board with Shane now. Who we got out? Red Bull out, Jack. Let's see.
With Shane, first of all. Let's have a look. So, jumping on board then. Actually, no, it's not Shane, it's Bernas out front. The other McLaren.
Yes, good shout. Good eyes, because I thought it was Shane.
I'm just going to tweak your audio volume, Mazza, a second, 'cause I think you're a bit quiet. At least you are to me.
Oh, okay, mate, 1 second.
Oh, no, I can do it on my end, don't worry about it.
No worries. Sorry about that.
No, should be good. I had to tweak it for Limmy the other day, so I might have gone too far the other way in my
I was going
efforts
to
to fix
turn
it.
him turn Limmy down as much. I'm only joking, Limmy.
No, I had to crank him up.
Oh.
Right the way up as well. He had to whisper.
So we're going to jump on board now with Bernas. Well, I am anyway. He's coming around the final corner, so we're just going to see what he can do. There's a lot of drivers out on track at the moment.
McLaren man first off, down the start-finish straight, heading down towards turns 1 and 2. The Rettifilio chicane.
Oh, I'm glad I've got you here for the names.
This is
That's
the
one
apex
thing
of
I
turn
don't
1.
do.
No. Curva Grande then. It's essentially turn 3. It's flat out, not a proper corner really.
Got to be so careful coming up here. Like on the exit, if you hit it wrong, you're gone.
Della Rogia now. Back end steps, he catches well into the Lesmos. Seems to be having a lot of slip at the rear tyres, doesn't
he? He does indeed.
Well.
Now this is the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, believe it or not, that little left-hand kink he's gone through is actually a corner.
Ah, okay, well, I never knew that. There you go. It's like having my very own wizard here.
He's gone!
First
gone at
Ascari. First victim of Ascari on lap 1 of qualifying.
Yeah, and that's going to cost him dearly because he will more than likely be at the back. Jack Hawkey then is the new leader in qualifying.
Let's
through
see
the
what
Parabolica
he can do here.
To set the first time, 19.6.
19.6.
So this is worrying for me. Because my best isn't much better than that.
To be fair, it's one of them tracks. It's very difficult to and I mean that just going on board with Jack, that just shows how difficult it is to get around them.
It's impossible to get around them.
It's impossible. It's just daft. But no, I mean this track's very hard to kind of wrap up in one go. It's so difficult. All it takes is so many. Even though it's the fastest circuit on the calendar, it's one of the most difficult, one of the most technical, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's so low downforce, and there's so much time spent at full throttle. There's not a lot of areas you can actually make time up in.
Correct.
So you've got to nail the lines through the corners. So that little tiny kink, by the way, the
Yes.
left-hander on the way up to Ascari is called the Curva del Serragilio.
Wow. No, I love that. I love that. You have to send me that so I don't forget it.
Oh, Raceway's gone as well,
Off,
but he's kept it. He's kept all four wheels on it.
Lucky.
He has kept all four wheels on the car, just about. Was out on mediums,
Nearly.
actually, so...
Yeah, it's tough on the mediums, especially early on in qualifying. They don't have nowhere near as much grip as the softs, and it really does reflect. So going through a Ascari on a hot lap ain't easy. So
No.
I'm assuming he's going to come straight in, get that wing repaired, and get straight out on the softs. Who else have we got at the moment?
Who should we have a skeg at? Let's go for... Should we do some housekeeping?
Go on then.
We'll do housekeeping. So reserve drivers then tonight. We've got Electric Blade and Cacho Silva in the Haas. Both of those guys stepping in tonight for Dan Hilton and Millsies. Dan Hilton, incidentally, by not being here tonight, won't be able to continue his point scoring streak. He's at 3 out of 3 so far.
Gutted.
Yeah. We've got PTRO Guijomes in the Alfa Romeo. I'm probably butchering that. Because if he's Portuguese...
No, I think your pronunciation's on point tonight, pal.
If he's Portuguese, then it's a harsh G, and I'm sorry, it is. But I'm going off the Spanish.
Plenty of time to criticise after the race.
And then the man we are currently watching, that's Time Splitter in the Aston Martin now. That will be his reserve car for the rest of the year. He's stepping in for Blades, who... From what I understand, has had he was up all night watching the boxing.
Blades. I mean, does he need an excuse to stay up all night, Blades?
No, I don't think so.
He'd stay up there and just watch the weather all night.
Yeah, he would actually. It's a fair point. Time Splitter making it
Time
through.
Splitter has took Ascari very well, but he did seem to go in really slow. Very. I think he might have lost quite a bit of pace on entrance there. He was very careful.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if he's going to be coming in or not. I think he might be. No. Carrying on. And doesn't improve. He's just doing laps at the moment.
Yeah, one of he's just getting feel for the track, which is a good way. You can always deck the first set of tyres. You don't have to really worry too much about them. So it's not a bad idea. Bit of fuel and do some runs.
We see Steve going into second place then.
I'm going to talk about Steve. I kind of think about when I first started and where Steve was, and he seemed, he's really put the effort into to kind of improve not only his times but his actual. My head's not working, me Steven lads, so I do apologise. But his racing as well. His side-by-side racing. He's really come up trumps. So fair play to Steve at the moment. I hope he keeps it up. He's obviously quite a long-serving member of the COS community.
He is. He's been around since season
Even though
2.
he is a really highly annoying Lewis Hamilton fan, but we'll keep that one there.
Don't worry, mate. You don't sound bitter at all there.
No, just where's that salt gone?
So whilst you were so brilliantly praising Steve, Smithy's gone fastest, 19.617. Luke's put himself into 5th place. We're just waiting now for a couple of other guys to set some times. Tebow is out on a lap on the mediums at the moment.
Well, we've got August Reflux, who is about to start a lap as well. So let's see how our first reserve can... Well, it's not our first, but one of the reserves can go. Let's see what he can do.
He's had a couple of really good results so far, and to be honest, he is making himself very good candidate for that seat full time.
That's what we like to see, though. Drivers coming in, getting straight into it, putting good results in, and getting them permanent seats further down the line. That's what we like to see. That's what it's all about. So he takes 1 and 2 extremely well.
On board the table through Ascari, takes it safe but secure. Plenty of pace still. Through the Parabolica. And goes for the line. Takes it wide so he can beat his time. Time does not set, so I think he must have invalidated somewhere.
Nightmare.
Unless I'm lagging somewhere.
Let's see.
See. Wizard retakes first place, 19-1 for him.
That's a very good lap. Very good lap. 5 tenths off the time now. Don't get me wrong, I think there'll be a lot more time to come from the other lads as well, but that's a really good lap.
Yeah. Reflux then coming for the line. And it's a 20.1 for him, puts him into 9th place.
Nice.
Fastest sectors, by the way, held by each of the top 3. No one has a straight run at them. And it's
quite surprising when you think about being 5 tenths clear and only having one purple sector. It just shows there's a lot more to come from Wizard.
Certainly does, yeah. We've got just waiting for TAS to reload there quick. But we've got it's actually not measuring it's not putting the Wizard into the lead at the moment.
Ah.
So I might have to go back to doing things the old-fashioned way.
Let's reboot mine.
And checking out let's go on board with Raceway JJ then. Back out on that set of mediums again.
Interesting.
Back end stepping out through the Parabolica.
He's obviously feeling confident on the mediums because it's quite risky.
Either that or he's saving himself a set of softs. But
even so, he'd have enough time to...
Got a yellow flag for a Haas that's lost it at Della Rosia. JJ though now
beautiful.
Gets through there well. You can really attack the curve on the first part of the Della Rosia, but you want to avoid the second one a lot.
Yes.
That Ferrari is happy, isn't it?
Yeah, very. But it does look like a really solid lap. If he nails this...
He's half a second up at the moment, roughly, which would put him on a 20.5. That wouldn't get him any higher. He needs to really be getting into the 19s to really make a significant movement up the order. But if you can do that on a set of mediums, that would be very impressive.
Let's see what he can do. 20.1.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
No. And we'll see. I think he might be going again here.
Cool down lap would make sense. Just give me 2 ticks. I'm just going to go and get my other tablet for the task.
His other tablet. Can you? Okay, then let's see if he is going again. Got nothing at the moment to say that. There we go. That easing off there. Probably indicative that he's not going again. Which one of the Hasses is that? Oh, Cacho Silva's he's having fun in the gravel. I'm saying, no, I've been over near that gravel trap. It's not that fun. And Electric Blade has gone. He's lost that at Ascari. Big red line through his name there's popped up on task for me, so we can spot that. We'll ride on board with his teammate for the evening as he comes past.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
No worries.
Off I missed.
Electric Blade has just gone at Ascari, victim number 3. And Burness has gone as well somewhere. Although, no, Burness went early on, didn't he? I remember now. Joseph is the other one that's gone.
Right, let's load this up.
Shane
much
then
better.
in sector 2, currently 10th and a half up on his time, invalidates at Lesmo 1. See if he keeps pushing, let's see what he would have been on. He's eased off. The Wizard.
Right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, everyone. I was just trying to get my tablet sorted for tasks, and then the stand won't work, and then, yeah, it's on a bit of a mare. Right.
How long have we got left? A minute 50, so realistically, probably around 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, and then so the Wizard is going out again for another lap. Doesn't need to.
I mean,
at the minute.
The problem with Raceway, in my opinion, now is he's obviously going to have three, because they'll have three sets of softs and a set of mediums for quali. He's only gone out on the mediums. He's now got a couple of minutes to do a soft run, and it has to be perfect. Otherwise, he's going to start in P11 or lower, which kind of defeats the purpose of the medium run. So, as much as, you know, you've got to give someone the benefit of the doubt when you're trying to run the alternate strategy in quali, he needs to box this now. So for me, he should have started on the softs prior and done a couple of soft runs, keeping a fresh set ready. But that's me. Shane, has he lost it?
Shane, no, that's in the pit lane.
Right, so he's done. 197.
So, yeah, Steve lost it coming out of Lesmo 1. I just want to watch the Wizard, and the Wizard's cruising again.
Let's see. He's absolutely smashed it, the Wizard. He really has. I mean, but again, like I was saying before, it's such a difficult track. It's just to wind up. It really is. I struggle on this track, and my qualifying time could be in the 20s myself. It's so difficult. I'm just gonna. Right, so we've got Jack now crossing the line for his hot lap. Let's see what he can do.
Sneaky Tom in the Aston at Ascari. Very carefully through there, as you would want to be, I suppose. But he is on an outlap as well, so definitely don't want to make a mistake on your outlap.
This is where it gets entertaining. That's why I'm watching Raceway race round the track on them softs to get to the finish line. It'd be interesting to see how long is left. He's taking a lot of life out of them tyres to get to that start finish.
Sneaky Tom finding the perfect line through turn 1, gets a little bit. Oh, we've got an Alfa Romeo in the pits though. Their PTI's gone.
Interested from Time Splitter as well. He did the 4 laps on them softs and think he's not come out, I don't think. Oh, he's on the mediums now as we speak.
Yeah. Sneaky Tom has just set the fastest first sector of anybody so far.
Nice.
He's had a rough middle sector though, so we'll have to see what happens at sector 2. He is up on his own.
Oh, it's a bit of a... Oh, he's gone.
Yep, too much curb.
Victim.
He's kept his kept all 4 wheels on it though.
I'm just on board a Raceway now. I'm intrigued to see what you can pull out the bag here.
And I'll carry on watching Time Splitter. The other Aston Martin even.
That's the one.
And improves by 7/10. Does not change his position though.
Interesting manoeuvre from Time Splitter. Very interesting.
I'm just thinking that if Sneaky Tom was able to match his other sector times, he would have potentially moved himself up to P5.
That would have been a cracking lap as well. And Raceway's just going over the line now, and he is second. Again, 3/10 off Wizard.
Both Ferraris up there, which I love to see.
You did call that. Yeah, you called that as well.
Yeah. Jack Hawkey, I thought would be a little bit closer to his teammate, I've got to say, after last week.
Yeah.
Steve will be lying in wait, as will Shane. They'll be waiting for one of those guys up there to make a mistake. Varda, I think that's a brilliant performance from him to qualify.
Yeah, 5th. Yeah. Definitely. Some really good runs out there, some really
Don't
good
sit
laps.
on your mic cable and pull it out. It's not good when you do that. Does not
No,
help.
it's not advisable.
No.
I've got a feeling,
Yes.
and I mean, the odds would be high on this anyway, or low should I say, but turn 1's going to get quite naughty.
Turn 1's going to be interesting, isn't it? It always is.
Very interesting. Yes.
For Tebow, just to... So we're waiting for
Tebow on a lap?
I think he's finished and the game's decided to say no.
Right.
You're going to carry on. So we'll wait and see what happens. No doubt it will
indeed
end eventually. If you want to take a screenshot just in case we have to do custom grid in a minute.
Certainly will.
Anybody who is still in control of their car, if you're watching the stream, you can retire. You have my permission to do so. Just so that we can crack on.
Oh.
So the Wizard then 3/10 clear at the front of the pack.
Yeah. That's a solid lap. It's one of them though. Can he carry that on through the race? I mean, there's a massive difference between 1 lap quality pace and race consistency and the pace. So we know Wizard has got the capability. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does carry that on. But again, there's a lot of good drivers in this tier. It's very competitive. I mean, even Shane down in 8th, can never rule him out.
No, and I mean, safety car at the right time could bring any of these drivers back into play. So
100%.
Yeah.
As we watch Tebow go round and round.
Yeah, so there's a glitch that's happened, unfortunately.
I've
Tebow needs to leave and rejoin. So, would you do the honours and send Tebow another invite for me, please?
I certainly will.
Thanking you. So, looking ahead to the race then, I think the Ferraris are going to try and consolidate. Neither of them came into this expecting to be at the very, very front, I don't think. So, to qualify where they have, I think they'll be happy with. They'll try and get through turn 1 unscathed.
Well, this is it. It's a big... it's kind of make or break turn 1, as we all know. Picking up any bit of wing damage early on in a lap, without, you'd like to think it'd be a safety car around Monza. We wouldn't like to think, but it's highly likely to be a safety car on. But it's make or break turn 1. It can literally make or break your race.
It can.
It's going to be interesting to see who makes, who's going to go for it, or who's going to be a little bit more,
conservative.
Reserved.
The only thing you've got to think about, of course, as we look at the final times there, is that if you're going conservative into turn 1 and someone else behind you isn't,
very true. Very true.
You are going to have some trouble. Someone's going to hit the back of you, and then you're going to have the Constantine massive accident.
Yeah.
No one wants that. Yeah. So it's trying to find that right balance when you hit the brakes and when you turn in.
Much easier said than done round here, especially with such a heavy braking zone. Everyone has their own braking zone. At Monza, some people brake a little bit later, some people brake quite early. I think I brake a bit early actually. Carry, slowing faster out.
Yeah, and it'll. Thankfully, this year the physics of the game is so much better in the sense that the setup actually makes a difference to how good your car is on the brakes and how much you can throw it into a corner. So being able to get that as long as they've all practiced, they'll know where their braking point is, but they need to be careful and respectful of where other people are going to have to stop.
That's sometimes the hardest thing, though.
Yeah.
Not being respectful, of course, but it's easy to misjudge. Which I'm hoping we don't, but I'm sure we will see that happen because, as I say, if we manage to get through turn 1 and turn 2 without any wing damage at all, I will literally throw a tenner at Cos. Not because I think...
You heard it here. Yeah, you heard it, everybody. You heard it. You heard him say it.
I will...
Show me the money!
Payday millionaire, that's all it is. But no, I really will. It's so difficult. Across all tiers, actually. You know, across every single tier, it's so difficult. No matter how good you are, you've got to judge the car in front, the car behind, the car to the side. There's so many... Yeah, so difficult.
And... You know, personally, I like to just ease off and let it freewheel for a little bit, so then you keep some semblance of speed, but you're not out now on the power.
100%.
So let's have a look then.
There we go.
Tyre info. So it's an easy one-stop, soft to medium this circuit, so don't expect to see any hard tyres unless someone has an accident early on. We have top 10, of course, starting on the tyres they're qualified on. That's the soft tyre for everybody in this instance. Outside the top 10, they have free choice. They can start whichever tyre they like.
Interesting decisions.
Yeah. Only 3 drivers starting on the mediums. That's Sneaky Tom, Time Splitter, and Bernas. Both Aston Martins there going on the medium tyre. You'd have thought they might want to split their strategy, but...
Yeah,
we'll see how that pans out.
Thought there'd be a few more, or at least a couple more guys running the medium. I mean, as I say, safety cars are highly likely around it, especially the first couple of laps. You know, so it would have been. I personally would have banged for the mediums if I was outside the top 10.
I'm not sure because it's yes, you're massively quicker at the end of the race, but you lose out so much early on in traffic.
I think it's so easy to judge. You know, so it's easy to sit here and say, "Oh, I would have done this, I would have done that." But the problem is with this game, anything can happen. You could be on the perfect strat, and a safety car comes out, and it's just all gone down to us. You know, all down the.
To be fair, with the increased safety car frequency that we've had this year, it's become quite an interesting challenge from a tactical point of view to try and work out what strategy you want to go on. Because you want to try and plan for a safety car, but you also have to be careful in case there isn't one. Then
no strat's a sound strat on this game. Anything can happen. Even round tracks like France, I think we had a few safety cars in one of the tiers. I can't recall. And the runoffs were huge.
Yeah, I think that. Well, there's only a couple of corners you can trigger them at Paul Ricard. So
yeah. Oh well.
We've got one big corner, I think we'll get some around here. The Cathedral of Speed, the Temple of Speed, whichever translation you prefer to go with.
5 lights.
5 lights.
They're out. The glitch.
We watch the revs build.
And we're off.
Yeah. It's a good start.
Hopefully
from
I will
the
be
Red
£10
Bull.
better off.
Fingers crossed. Good start from the Wizard. Both Ferraris got away a little bit sluggishly. Raceway's kept his position, but Smithy's challenging. Luke is getting swamped up by the pack. He's managed to hold on to 4th, though. Jack Hawkey in pursuit. Shane's managed to get ahead of Steve. Varda's the big loser there, dropping down to 8th.
Yes. Oh,
Smithy's got
on the grass.
Smithy got a tank slapper there on the exit of the Della Roggia, which has allowed Luke and Jack Hawkey through, and Shane as well. Bernas has gone at the first Lesmo, and he's out.
Wow.
Varda's gone at the second Lesmo, and he's out.
What
and we've
shame.
got a VSC. Luke has managed to get Jack Hawkey and keep him behind him, I think, rather than overtake him. So he's back up into 3rd.
And the
And we've got
VSC's changed to safety car, has it?
full safety car, but it wasn't turn 1, Mozza, so you are £10
Yes, I
safe.
am. I am, and
You're £10 safe, even. So then, let's have a look.
Well played.
Has anybody else got damage early on? Tebow has some, but I think his car is ghosting. We've got drivers pitting. That's Electric Blade.
Right, interesting. And Joseph as well.
Yeah, and let's see.
And Time Splitter. Time Splitter on the medium, has he got damage?
Well, I suppose if he goes to the hard tyre, then they don't actually have to stop again, in theory. They can go the whole race distance.
How the hard performs around here, though, compared to the medium and soft.
Joseph has gone on to the mediums, and Time Splitter as well. New set of medium tyres.
Wing.
Tebow is in. He'll need a wing and some tyres. A lot of glitching going on with Tebow tonight.
Yeah, there is.
That Parisian connection is not doing him any favours. Let's jump back up to the head of the pack then. The Wizard leading the way. And actually, he's doing a fairly good job on his tyres.
Catch-all Silver has got one of them really awful penalties under the safety car.
Yeah, he's going to be having one of those days, I think.
Yeah.
And in that, he's actually Reflux has got one as well. Actually, I don't think that was Silver's problem. I think that was Reflux, because Reflux is the car behind, and he got a 5-second stop go as well.
Right. Yes. In that case, yeah, very good point.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because he will off the box.
He will. He's got wing damage as well.
In the pits.
So I think we will see Reflux pit now for a new wing, probably some mediums, maybe hard tyres. Serve is 5 seconds.
You'd have to play hard for me, surely. You got nothing to lose now.
You're going to come out the back lane of the pack. Well.
Oh, just to add to it. Not the best lap. You won't want to watch that lap back.
No, and he is going for the hards.
He goes out. Is it the hards? Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcy serves his penalty as well, but we'll still have 5, will he?
Yeah, he'll still have 5 to serve at the next stop if he has one. If not, he'll be adding on to his time at the end of the race. As we see Tebow coming through.
Keep an eye on Reflux, I think. Hard tyres, back of the grid. See what he can do, because he's not going to stop, as you say now. Safety car be out for another maybe couple laps, lap or 2.
Well, if they can catch up quick enough.
Back quite quickly, yeah.
If him and Tebow can catch up, it might come in this time round. We may get one more lap under it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's looking like one more lap, to be honest.
Electric Blade as well, he's one we're going to want to keep an eye on. P11 at the moment, also on the hard tyres.
Look at the positions gained at the moment. Boston gained, obviously Catchall's the biggest gain at the moment, and 6 positions gained in P10, so he'll be happy with himself at the moment. He'll just keep it clean now he has got that penalty, so we'll have to see how that plays out for him later on in the race when he does box.
6 places gained, of course, as you said. And then the big loser that's actually still in the race is Reflux, down 3 and then Smithy down 2. Safety car is in this lap.
Safety car's in. Brilliant. And Raceway's got wing.
He's just hit the Wizard.
No, and we got both of them got penalties. So Raceway, I imagine, going to come straight into box. What a time. What a shame.
Oh, the Wizard's gone. Caught them all napping. Great restart from the Red Bull driver. Absolutely mullered that restart. Raceway has to pit. Wing damage and a penalty to boot. The Wizard, though.
And we've got Jack attacking Prentice.
Yeah, we can see that there. And it's Jack who's going to take it.
Made it stick as well.
Shane as well, trying to be opportunistic in there.
Well, that was a good restart. Wizard, take about 2 seconds already.
Yeah, great job from the Red Bull. And his teammate as well, having got up into 2nd place. Red Bull's
Big
looking dominant.
From 8th, 9th and 10th. Battle for 8th is quite feisty at the moment. 4 cars within a couple of attempts of each other.
Time Splitter trying to get past Electric Blade. Of course, Blade on those hard tyres will not have a much temperature yet. Nowhere near.
Oh, Joseph runs wide, lets the Electric Blade all the way through.
So we do have a significant gap as well now between P7 and P8. That's Sneaky Tom and PTRL.
Yeah, let's see what he can do.
And Shane's lost. He's lost
Shane's
it and the wing's gone.
He saved it though. Ooh.
No wing on that car though.
Completely gone. What a shame. As the Wizard sets the fastest lap.
I think we're going to see a move here from Electric Blade as we head down towards turn 1. Pulls out. No DRS yet, of course.
Last of the late breakers.
So who's it going to be? Blade's there.
It's almost as if he just I'm surprised though. He should have been able to on them softs 5-lap hold. He should have really challenged more. I'm surprised he didn't. But as he's done that, Time Splitter's just said thank you.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got a problem.
Yeah, he's not having fun. Oh, he's off. He's gonna run it. Yeah.
I think he's got a problem there.
It doesn't look comfortable at all.
No. There's no damage showing on TAS at the moment.
I don't think he's been involved in any incidents as far as I can recall.
Yeah, actually, I'm saying that. He's not got his telemetry set as public, so I can't tell whether he's got any issues.
I am going to go on board with Mr. Prentice though, because he is 5 tenths behind Jack.
DRS will be active
so
this time
Jack
around.
Still at 2 tenths of that corner, so that's C. Both, yeah. But the Wizard just running away with it at the moment.
He's got to get himself 5 seconds
on the road.
Don't forget, with that penalty to account for. Both Red Bulls doing significantly better on their tyres than the guys around them. With the exception of maybe Smithy, who's doing okay, and so actually Steve's doing okay on his as well. But the Red Bulls still way out in front.
Yeah.
Both literally and in terms of tyre wear.
Al Prentice is really running them tyres ragged at the moment compared to the other guys.
He's got to try and keep himself within a second, which he's not managed to do for the first DRS zone. Well, technically the second, isn't it, of the lap, but the first one of the race.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly nip on board with Reflux. I'm just intrigued to see what happens with PTRL here.
Time Splitters managed to get Electric Blade into Ascari. That's to be expected really with those tyres, but keep an eye on it later in the race. He might come back at them all.
Four times the gap is going to have DRS now, so I think we're going to see another change here between Time Splitter and Blade. Oh no.
Quite the Aston comes across in front there under braking. That could be dangerous. And I think is that Thibaut or Joseph that's gone at Ascari? It's Joseph, and we've got another safety car.
Oh well, we did say there'd be safety cars. I don't think there'd be 2 in 7 laps, but it's scary. It's scary for you. So what we're going to see now? We're going to see the leaders come in.
I think we have to.
I mean, they're on what, 7-lap old softs. What would you do, Dan? You would have to come in, surely. Would you go to the mediums now? Is that a tad bit early for me? Would you go to the hards?
Do you know what? If it's me from here, right now, I'd be tempted with either a set of mediums or potentially another set of softs. If I had a set spare, I'd probably go another set of softs, you know. Because I would take the gamble on there being another safety car later on.
Yeah.
Or
that's a very
the other guys around me. I would do that if I was in this instance anyone other than the Wizard. The Wizard with his time penalty has to just.
The problem is, No, Jack's carried on. I was going to say the Red Bull's going to end up stacking here, which would have absolutely destroyed Jack's race. So a very good move from Jack to stay out, because that would have been... and I think... Oh, yeah, so the Wizard is actually saving his penalty as well. So let's see where that puts him.
He will drop behind Luke. Stays ahead of Steve. Shane, of course, has already stopped because he crashed early on in the race. So it brings him out in what will be net P2.
Yes, sorry, I had to think about that then, yeah. Let's see, I mean, I'm assuming Jack is going to come in and box.
He can't, he'll be at the back of the pack.
He can't now, yeah.
He's got to stay out. He does have that buffer there of T-Bar, Time Splitter and Sneaky Tom.
Yeah, I mean...
They're both there. Speaking of, there's one of them gone.
But, yeah, that's the first Lesmo.
Yeah, first Lesmo, and
Caught
there
the curb,
goes...
has it?
Yeah,
into the
there
wall.
Goes our telemetry genius.
And there goes Jack's buffer.
Well, one of them anyway. He's got
some
two
of it.
Aston Martins in there. It also goes Alpine's last chance of scoring points. Joseph already out. T-Bar out now as well.
And just
and then there were 30.
Coming again for mediums.
Now then, I'll be interested to see if the mediums can make it from here. So they're going to have to do essentially 20 laps on them.
It's a big shout.
It's a big ask.
They're going to be screaming at the end.
Yeah, but it also means that Electric Blade's coming for mediums as well. As has Raceway JJ,
Yeah.
so both cars that were on the hards. But it does give them a chance to reset, I suppose, bring themselves back onto that, onto the main pack. But if I was Electric Blade, I'd have stayed on them. He didn't have to stop again. He could have been near the front now.
Well, that's what I was thinking. There was no... Them hards would have been, yes, granted, on the restart, they would have been a little bit cold than the others, but after a lap, it would have been fine. Plenty of heat in the tyre, and they would have gone to the end comfortably.
And it's one of them, it's track position. I mean, it's not exactly difficult to overtake at Monza, we know that, but...
Again, with the likelihood of another safety car as well, we would have been towards the top end of the pack. If a safety car comes out, you can free pit stop, knowing that the majority of us as well. So, for me, bad move, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, and then we've got... let's look at penalties then. We've got Luke and August Reflux looking at 5 seconds each for their respective collisions and speeding penalties as well.
Yeah. So the big loser really is Jack, if we're going to be honest. I mean, how many laps will the softs, when will the crossover be?
Probably around... He'll probably be looking to pit around lap 12, if I'm honest. So he's going to have 4 laps better tyres than those around him, but he is going to drop a long way down.
Yeah.
Considering. So he's going to have a lot of work to do. On the balance of it, given that the Wizard had a penalty, it's the right call, I think. He's going to gain more from this.
That's very true. Yeah.
Than he would if he'd come in and stacked. Let's ride on board and we'll do... Oh, he's gone early as well. He's followed the Wizard's lead from before. Not quite as effective, but still just as effective, really. Half a second up as the two Aston Martins are going to challenge each other into turn 1. Later on the brakes for the Irishman.
Yeah.
Gets past his Dutch teammate. Luke manages to hold off the Wizard. He's going around the outside there, isn't he?
He's going to say thank you on the outside, yeah. He'll have the inside for the next, so let's see how this one pans out.
He's going for it. He's going to take it,
he has to let off there. Is that going to let the Wizard through?
Don't think so.
No.
So, Luke up to 3rd place then. That's another car off Jack Hawkey's buffer gone. We've got a Haas running wide there. Is that Electric Blade? It is. He'd made his way forward. He got himself ahead of, I think it was Smithy.
Was that the first Lesmo, was it? Is that when he ran wide?
Second Lesmo, he ran wide.
Ah.
Looking at warnings then, we've got actually the Wizard is making a move on Sneaky Tom as well now. Trying to follow Luke through. Steve as well looking to try and capitalise. Looking at warnings then in terms of penalties. Couple of guys on one warning, that's Sneaky Tom, PTRL, Smithy. Sneaky Tom's spun it, or has he's been mugged by 2 cars? And PTRL's in there as well. There's some wing gone flying. We didn't quite catch it with the camera angle we had.
That was Raceway.
Yeah, that's Raceway and Shane as well. Yeah, both of the guys at the back who are out of position, trying to work their way forward. Gotta have some patience, guys. You've got to do it carefully.
Let's see what the Wizard's speed is. The problem is, though, he's not bridging enough of a gap. So when he does box, as they say, he's coming out.
He's coming out at the very back.
Yeah, he's coming out into last week, you know, unfortunately.
He is. Although if there is another pit stop to be had by all these medium runners, which is possible.
Yeah. It puts him back in the driving seat.
It does, with a fresh set of tyres, as long as there's not another safety car. He's going to have 10 seconds of clear air in front of him to push into. As we say, Electric Blade has gone out of Scary. That could be another one. Could be another safety car. I think we're going to get away with it, though.
That would be good. Yeah, we've got away with it. They've been able to go on a DRS.
Yep. We're good. So we're going to have essentially a whole lap, really, for the marshals to clear that in virtual terms.
Shane's being gutsy, continuing on with 20% wind damage. That will be having an effect on him.
It will, although of course at Monza it'll help him in a straight line. Not having the wing there, so he might, depending on right hand side. So it'll be left hand turns he struggles with. So
yeah,
he should be okay actually.
Luke Prentice is catching time split at a rate of knots, and whilst they're battling or going to start battling, this is going to bring the Wizard back into this as well.
I'm not sure how long they'll be battling for, if I'm honest.
Oh, we've got someone else out?
That's Reflux.
Has someone just gone?
No, he's spun. He's still in, I think.
Ah.
DRS for Luke. Is he going to have enough to make a move before Ascari? Not quite. But he will not.
It's a good exit there. Oh, no, it will.
Just had to ease off, didn't he?
Yeah.
He needs to be careful that the Wizard doesn't get into DRS range here, which he is now.
He is going to be into DRS, yeah. That's all he needed.
Let's see, there's going to be a move here from Luke. Absolutely. To take second place and the net lead of the Grand Prix. The Wizard will not be far behind.
Not at all. Here comes Luke Prentice.
Easy move in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I can't help but just think Steve is just sat there in 5th going, you keep on battling, guys. Go on, keep on doing it. Because we've not spoke about him much, and that's just because he sat there minding his own business, racing his own race. It would not surprise me to see Steve get a podium. I'm just putting it out there.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. Reflux is retired in the pit lane.
Oh, was that wing damage he had, was it?
No, I think just a multitude of penalties and spins, etc. I think have just taken a toll.
Yeah.
His time split are going to be able to make a move back on Luke here.
It's looking likely if he can get a good exit here, which he has. But he's going to bring Wizard down with him. This could be an interesting battle.
Could. 2.4 seconds then the gap in front of Luke to Jack Hawkey.
He just needs to keep on going for as long as he can. If he keeps on opening the gap, he just needs to keep on going for as long as he can.
I don't think he's going to open the gap now. If I was him, I would have pitted there. Because
I think these three are going to start battling though. It might... Oh, catch all silver. Yeah, time split. Just didn't have enough there. Oh, he has pit. Sorry, he has pit.
Indeed, he has. Yeah.
Sorry.
So
My bad.
fresh set of mediums
I
then
was
for the Red
wondering
Bull.
why. Yeah.
We've got wing damage on Smithy and Catch Us Silver as well now. To go with JJ and Shane.
Ooh.
Started with 17, we're down to 11 drivers. Just approaching the halfway mark.
No matter how far back you are, you keep on racing at this point.
You do. Tracks where retirements are high, you keep going. There's always the chance of points.
Exactly.
Points mean what, Mozza?
Points mean not being bottom of the standings, don't they, Dan? Like I keep on asking you, man.
Well, that's not. I was hoping you were going to say prizes, but
well,
just for that, I'm going to make sure you're dead bottom this week.
I'm going to ride on board again with these three. Having said that, Prentice, time splitters come in.
Yeah, that's to be expected, I think. The Wizard does have DRS though to try and close up to Luke, so that will probably put him on or around that 1 second window, maybe just under it.
This will be an interesting battle now. Oh, there's lag. Sorry, I thought it was going into the grass then.
Time Splitter has gone to the soft tyres, so he's going for 12 laps on those tyres. 13 maybe. That should be 13, won't it? Including the
Having
lap
said
we're
that,
on.
with a lighter fuel load, he shouldn't really have any issues considering Jack Harkey on a one set of quality tyres got to lap, is it 13? So he should be alright on them.
Yeah. Positions 4 to 8 have all got wing damage now. Sneaky Tom was the one who didn't have it. He's now got 21% to the left hand side, so he's going to be feeling that the most. Everybody else seems to have it on the right. Catch Us Silver now has 6 seconds worth of penalties to add to his time at the end of the race. The Wizard blitz in the middle sector within 8 tenths of
that's where he
now.
got. That was his purple sector though in qualifying. No one could match it. I think who was P2? I forget. But I think it's purple sector.
Raceway.
Yes, purple sector 1 and sector 3 couldn't touch his sector 2.
So you would say then it's probably going to be a little bit more wing being run on that Red Bull compared to everybody else.
Yeah, well, he's not catching him at any rate at all. Well, under braking with DRS he is, but not. Let's see. I mean, yeah, it must be. He's definitely running a bit more wing on
much better exit as well. Jack Hawkey, fastest lap of the race, 1:21.7. As we see Sneaky Tom pit for a set of soft tyres and no doubt a new front wing. And the battle for the lead then, Ferrari versus Red Bull. Take us back to 2012.
All the days.
Yes. And I think we're going to see a move here from the Wizard. DRS open.
I don't think so. I think he might hold back. The sensible thing would be just hold back, pit straight, and I think, yeah.
Ooh, probably got a warning for his trouble there.
Yes. Let's check warnings.
That's the one of the things I'll
always... one warning.
Yeah, I'll always maintain with things like that. If you know you're going to cut a corner in a race, just keep at it, because he's dropped. Well, he's dropped 0.3 of a second there by trying to ease out of it and keep himself in the clear.
But I think we could see a move here.
Yeah, he could be right. Jack Hawkey's got himself ahead of Shane for P7. The Wizard not quite close enough to Luke's Ferrari.
No, but he was offline. He was defending. I think this is only a matter of time. I think the Wizard has Prentice where he wants. He just needs a cleaner exit for Sky this time round. The middle sector is just solid. He's right on his gearbox for the first DRS. That second.
Yeah, time splitter, new fastest lap of the race. That's a 21. Was it 21.3 or 21.4? 21.4 for the Aston man. See if his teammate Sneaky Tom can do anything about it. Although he looks like he's going to be under pressure from PTRL for that final points paying position. Raceway JJ round the outside of Lesmo 1 has taken Smithy.
Beautiful.
Strange place to make an overtake though, because now Smithy's going to have the DRS.
And he will come back at him.
No, he won't.
Oh,
He's
backs
letting him
up.
go. He's
I
letting
know
him
what
go.
he's doing.
Yeah,
We know what he's doing.
clever, shrew.
But he's got to get it right there, though.
Yeah. Great recovery drive so far from Raceway JJ after that early
Yeah,
wing
100%.
damage behind the safety car. That's a pit, was 30 seconds behind the pack at the time. Currently running in P4. Barring anything else, that might be the best he can hope for today. But
so the Wizard is 1-1 away from a 3-second penalty. As we watch T. Smithy attacking Raceway.
yeah, DRS assistance makes that simple enough for the Williams driver.
Oh, Luke Prentice has lost it. Luke Prentice is gone.
Oh, is that's the Della
No
Roche
wing
here?
damage. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you very much. And yeah,
needs to be
unfortunate.
careful.
Them tyres
rear
aren't going to
tyres,
be pleasant now.
they're going to be cooked. Needs to be very, very careful. We've got another car that's gone there as well. That's Cacho Silva. He's gone early though in the Della Roche.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done a Vettel from 2018.
Yes, I know exactly where you mean and when you mean.
Do you know
Let's see, does that bring Raceway back into the podium position? Well, yeah, because he's got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, it's
and he's only got 5% damage.
He's back
He's
in the
only
fight.
got 5% wing, so it won't be doing much.
We've got Smithy's gone at Ascari.
Oh, another victim, but no wing, I don't think.
No additional wing damage.
Got away with it.
Here comes Cacho Silva though. He's going to try on the inside at the Parabolica. Smithy's going to try and hang it around the outside. We'll have DRS.
As Shane comes into pit. It should be nice and easy, really.
Yeah, Shane going to the end then on this fresh set of soft tyres.
Nice new nose.
Yep. Things are looking good. The Wizard then 1.6 seconds clear of the chasing Mercedes of Steve, fresh off his first COS win in what would essentially be 6 seasons of racing. Looks like he's in the hunt
tyre wear at the moment.
He's in the hunt for his second win a week later.
I'll tell you, sector 2 yellows.
Cacho Silva.
That's Cacho again. Never rains but it pours.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't want to kind of speak too soon, but Steve's actually catching the Wizard.
He is, isn't he? He's putting the...
He's taken 2 or 3 tenths off him. Like you say, he's just got to keep him with 3 seconds now because the Wizard's only 1-1 away.
Grand Inquisitor of the Salem Witch Trials there, Steve, hunting down the Wizard. Holding it around 1.5 seconds for the time being. Time splitter on the back of Jack Hawkey. That might have just been a move that went the other way. I wasn't watching if it was.
I'm just watching. I was going to say, Jack Hawkey's really made their moves now. He's only 1.8 behind Raceway. I imagine he'll catch him quite quickly. And fresh mediums on.
And he's
7
pulling
laps to
time
go.
splitter with him. So.
Oh, time splitter nearly at a moment then.
He'll have DRS now to close back into the Red Bull, and with it the Ferrari ahead. Do you know what? I'm going to make a bold statement here. I don't think either Ferrari is going to finish on the podium in this.
The pace that Jack and Time Splitter are carrying at the moment, with Prentice's 5-second time penalty, I would say is unlikely. Raceway, as to be fair, been losing time to Luke Prentice for a little while now anyway. He's a sitting duck to these 2 guys behind, much fresher tyres. So Raceway is just going to be passed with no issues at all. It's going to be interesting to see if they can close an 8-second gap to Luke Prentice. Well, they don't need to.
Only got to make up 3.
Yeah. So you might be right.
I think it could be a P4 and P5 for the Ferraris. I think the lead 2 is now set. It just depends what order, unless they make a mistake, as T. Smithy pits. That's going to promote everyone behind him.
Yes.
Still in the race. And Luke's gone again, I think. There was a yellow flag there on the exit of the Della Roggia, and I think that was Luke, who's the only driver in that area.
Well, there was a moment because he's dropped 2 seconds. He was 8 seconds in front of Raceway. He's now only 6, so he's had a moment.
And we're going to have a scrap here.
He put it on the gravel?
Might have done. JJ covers the outside. Time Splitter has to get
now.
out of the throttle. Oh, don't go for it there.
Don't do that. You've got a big long straight with DRS, don't do that.
Yeah, Time Splitter had so much more speed, obviously, with DRS and a double toe.
Yeah.
Had to get out of the throttle. Didn't want to try and sling it up the inside. Tried around the outside of the second part of Ascari as Luke pits.
Very interesting. I mean,
it is
49% front left. He would have easily gone to the end on them. And he's serving his 5-second wing. No,
Time Splitter going for it on the brakes. Gets it stopped. Those soft tyres helping him do that. Gets ahead of Raceway and can now try and hunt down Jack Hawkey again. Get himself on the podium.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Unfortunately, I'm not actually getting the tyre wear for Time Splitter. I don't know what his tyres are looking like at the moment. But Jack's obviously in prime condition at the moment.
If we're looking at Sneaky Tom's, in comparison, Time Splitters are a lap older, so I would say he's probably approaching the 30% wear mark at the highest point.
It might just be in the next, if Jack can keep Time Splitter behind for the next 2 or 3 laps, which might be easier said than done, I think the crossover won't be too far away as Jack runs really wide there on the exit of Ascari. And he's also running out of VRS as well, very quickly. He's below 10% now, so he's not going to be getting much of a boost.
Yeah, but Jack Hawkey doesn't have much either, so... DRS then will be used to get in close. Hopefully uses it just to charge up a little bit. Not that you can in a straight line. There's a mistake somewhere. Is that the Wizard?
Oh, it's Cacho again, and PTRL.
The Wizard and Steve fighting.
Oh, sorry, I've completely missed that.
Yeah, sorry, I saw that Steve got ahead of the Wizard and thought that was the mistake. We've got a safety car out. That's PTRL. Has crashed at Ascari.
Wow.
Victim number, what's that now? 7?
Yes. So we're going to have lap 23. So we're going to have 2 laps of safety car now. So there's going to be possibly 2 to 3 racing laps.
We're going to have a sprint. We're going to have a sprint finish here. If you're Steve or the Wizard, I'm pitting. Definitely.
Well, you've got a 13-second gap to Jack, so yeah, you've got to pit fresh softs.
Yeah, and then they'll probably come out together, and then it'll be a straight fight to the finish.
A fight to the death.
Yeah,
we're gonna have it.
Jack Hawkey is the interesting one here because he's on fresher mediums than everybody else.
But he'll get eaten up.
He might, but then again he'll be in a DRS train and in a slipstream train. Yeah, they're all gonna come in, aren't they? I think
they're all gonna pit.
Apart from Luke,
it makes sense.
Oh, who was only just stopped. He's gonna miss out on time.
He's going round Ascari now. Let's see where this puts him, because Raceway's gonna change his wing possibly.
Raceway, yep, going for a wing change, so might get out ahead of his teammate. He served his 5 seconds now as well. He's going to end up. He's going to get ahead of his teammate, I think.
I don't know, I don't know. It's going to be close.
Just see the Ferrari in the background. Here we go. He's got to the end of that. Yep, it just gets out ahead of his teammate. Safety car, I believe, will come in at the end of the next lap. So I think it'd be lap 25, unless everybody can catch up.
What have we got now? So Yeah, it's Cacho Silva who's going to be the reason for another lap. He's only going around the parabolic as we speak.
Yeah.
But something must have happened. So, did you catch what happened to the Wizard then? For Steve to close in that quickly?
I don't know. I think he might have just genuinely been that close. He might have just closed that gap up and had a go on through turn 1 and 2. When I jumped to them, they were going through the Curva Grande side by side. So
nice. That's this is going to be a very interesting battle.
It is.
And the luxury is, for the guys who are remaining, you all get points. What more could you ask for?
They do indeed. No matter what happens now, everybody gets their points. And the top 6 are penalty free. Let's have a look at warnings, see if there's anybody close.
I know the Wizard's on 2.
The Wizard is still on 2. Jack Hawkey 2. Steve is all clear at the moment. Steve in the driving seat then.
Yeah.
Time splitter 1, and then both Ferraris on 1.
We're going to have 2 laps of hard racing then. Certainly, no love lost between these Ferraris, I imagine, when we get underway. Raceway will want that position back, I imagine.
Well, Ferrari as a whole, for the overall Constructors' Championship, which results for will be coming out soon. After the first 5 rounds, we'll go for the overall Constructors once everything's started to settle. As a constructor, Ferrari, we've been discussing, we've gone for consolidation rather than reaching for the heights early on. So yeah. I'd imagine that they'll have discussed this beforehand, or they'll have a plan in place. All the drivers behind them have penalties. So
there's
Shane
no
has
point
8.
In risking anything now.
Yeah, Shane has 8. Smithy and Sneaky Tom have 3. Catcher has 9 behind them. So there's no point risking a P5 and a P6 to try and get one driver into 4th.
I'm just looking forward to watching the Wizards' amazing safety car restarts if we can pull it off again.
Well, we'll see. Both times he's had to do it so far, he's been
a second ahead by the time they get into turn 1.
Yeah, and he's been in front of a car that's mildly disadvantaged.
Yes. Let's see. Steve's going to want that win.
He is, and I know Steve listens to the stream during his races, so Steve will know that the Wizard goes early. So we'll see what happens.
We're just going to Kimi Räikkönen it. Yeah, we've got Jack Harker's Kimi Räikkönen in it. Watching the cars weave in front, he just straight lines it. Let's drive on board.
Has the Wizard gone already? Yes, he has. The Wizard's gone already. Very early.
Very early. But Steve's a little bit more aware to his time, only 5 stamps.
And that's normally what you'd expect once the car
time splitter is going to possibly make a move on Jack here if he goes for it. It looks like he's going to.
He's going for it down the inside into turn 1. Wheel banging elbows out.
The curb.
And that could play into the hands of the Ferraris.
It does, both of them, and they're both through. And Mr. Prentice is back into podium position.
He is. I don't know if he'll stay there for long. DRS will not be enacted, or reactivated rather, before the end of the race. So it's going to have to all be done on track. Jack Hawkey there giving Luke a little push through the Della Roche for his trouble. So it's currently Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari, Aston Martin. As Time Splitter gets back ahead of Raceway JJ, who runs wide. And that allows Shane through. Shouldn't matter. Sneaky Tom as well. Both of them shouldn't make that much of a difference when it comes to penalties. Oh, Jack Hawkey back in, stepping out through Ascari. He's going to be
just caught that.
A sitting duck for now for Time Splitter. If not into the Parabolica, then definitely up towards turn 1. Crucially though, the Wizard has built a 1 second lead over Steve and set a new fastest lap to boot, 1:20.7.
Time Luke though driving on board. Let's see, he's not going for it this time. Too far back.
He'll have a go. That's Jack Hawkey picks up 3 seconds.
Oh, that's big.
That is big. Very, very big. So if you're Raceway JJ now, you need to put the hammer down and get ahead of some of those guys, because that's going to be touch and go towards the end. You might be able to get him. Luke, though, interestingly enough, half a second now behind Steve on the final lap. I don't think he'll have an opportunity to overtake, but if Steve makes a mistake, you never know.
All it takes is a mistake into Ascari. Let's see. As Raceway picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
4 corners to go then for our race leaders. As we see, will Steve and the Wizard and Luke all make it through in one piece? They will.
It takes a lot of curb, Prentice. Oof.
Running that soft suspension. The Wizard then burning all the battery charge he has to make sure he can open up the throttle through the final corner and take the checkered flag in the lead to win the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Steve is in second place, and then Luke in third for Ferrari. Time Splitter recovers to P4. Jack Hawkey then, I think, will hold on to P5. Indeed he does. From Sneaky Tom.
One heck of a race.
Raceway JJ, T Smithy, Shane, and then Cacho Silva rounding off the points. Fastest lap goes to Luke on the final lap, 120.4. Bonus point going to Ferrari. A Dutchman flanked by 2 Brits. What does that remind you of?
Wouldn't be recently, would it?
It very well might be. So the Wizard then takes victory at Monza for Red Bull. 25 points given there. Steve in second, Luke in third, Time Splitter fourth, Jack Hawkey rather, in P5. Sneaky Tom sixth, Raceway JJ seventh for Ferrari. Picked up a penalty on the last lap, which meant he didn't jump ahead of the Aston Martin. Smithy in 8th place. Shane at P9 and Cacho Silva on his COS debut in 10th to score a point. Fastest lap point goes to Luke, as we said already. Did not finish his then. PTRL, August Reflux, Electric Blade, Thibaut, Joseph, Varda and Bernas.
Big gain there from Time Splitter, 14th on the grid. Cracking drive. And I believe, if memory serves, had an issue at the start, did he have wing damage?
He did, ended up pitting for the hard tyre. Yeah. So...
Wizard, very dominating race over him. Barring, I wouldn't mind kind of just seeing back to when Steve massively closed up to him, but other than that, massively dominant race, dominant qualifying, so well deserved for the Wizard.
Absolutely. And as we see that Red Bull sat there on the podium there in front of the water, in front of this imaginary building, we bid you all good night. Thank you all very much for watching. We hope you have enjoyed the show. If you have, make sure to hit that subscribe button on Twitch. Follow us as well if you like. If you're watching this back later on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe and like the video. It does help. YouTube algorithm, etc. If you want to tune in and watch some more COS action, you can do so at any time on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Contest of Speed. Or you can tune back in here tomorrow night, 9 PM UK, and you can be with Thomas and Lewis as I make a complete pillock of myself around the Temple of Speed. And this clown next to me, he'll be racing on Wednesday night. So tune back in for that as well. Making a
clown of myself around the Temple of Speed also.
Yeah, so we've got EU tiers running Monday to Thursday at 9 PM UK time on this channel. And then AM tiers are Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 PM Eastern. That's 2 AM rather in the UK if you want to watch. Make sure you check out our social medias as well, Twitter and Instagram, to stay up to date on everything Contest of Speed. Thank you all again very, very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Ta-da.